On the day when the US market set new records, the London Stock Exchange has called a special shareholders meeting to help settle a very nasty power struggle. Anna Stewart is in London. Anna, the power struggle that they're talking about, the chief executive has already said he's going and nothing's going to bring him back. The chairman said he's going to go. So who's going to be left in power?
Well, that is a very good question, Richard. I think the chairman will hopefully stay. I mean, he's got the backing of the board and many of the investors. But it's just very interesting that the very sudden and immediate resignation of a CEO would not draw a line under a boardroom battle, and it just rages on. And we now have the shareholder meeting set for a few weeks' time. But, you know, all of this has just been so damaging for the CEO, Xavier Rolet. This has to be one of the worst CEO swan songs in history.
So why is he going? I mean, what was this dispute about? I know that he and the chairman can barely speak to each other, or so it's reported, but they worked together before. So who's trying to get who out?
Well, this is a really interesting question, and we did find out a little bit more today. LSE sent out a circular notifying shareholders that there would be a meeting coming up in the next few weeks to vote on the chairman. And in that document, it did state that there were some operational management issues around Xavier Rolet, and that is one of the reasons they were already looking into succession plans.
Anna, tonight at the New York Stock Exchange, you might even have a couple of pictures of it here outside. They're about to light the Christmas tree and the celebrations. Look at that. There's a glorious picture of Wall Street tonight in all its glory. The rumour, of course, whether Wall Street, whether the ICE would make a run for the LSE. Will ICE and LSE come together?
Well, I think the city is shuddering over that right now, Richard, and it's a very likely. I think the ICE is the most likely suitor for the LSE. And the LSE's merger, its attempted merger with Deutsche Börse, was perhaps a tacit agreement that it's not big enough to compete with its US competitors. But the big fear with ICE, and Xavier Rolet was very vocal about this, is that it's a slash and burn company. It famously bought ICE Euronext and it split it up and sold off, and that was Rolet's big problem with a takeover from ICE. But now the LSE is in a very different position with Brexit on the horizon. Perhaps it needs to strengthen itself by some synergies abroad.